All right, welcome back. Every sports league trying to figure out what's going to happen and how to get back to work, and that includes the NHL. And they have a couple of conference calls this week, which could be big in their decision-making process. Andrew, I'll start with you on this. They want to talk about the draft, having it in June still, but yet the season's not complete. It has all kinds of implications about who picks first, the lottery, what do the Penguins have to give up for Patrick Marleau. And then there is hub cities like Pittsburgh being considered. Your thoughts on both of those?
Ooh, not an easy one, Bob. But hey, that's why you pay me the big bucks, right, to answer questions like these double-barreled ones from you. The first part of it, I think it's ridiculous. It's the NHL trying to do a copycat move because the NFL draft was so widely watched. The ratings were so big. They're trying to, I think, ride those coattails, that momentum. But I think that's a bad idea because teams made moves that were conditional based on how they finished. And also teams in past years made moves because this draft is considered one of the best crops of young players that we've seen in years. So now that gets thrown all out of whack. So no, I think they got to wait until they either finish the season or cancel the season. And then as far as the hub city thing goes, Pittsburgh makes sense because we've got the facilities here for it. Not only the arena, but with the Penguins' new practice facility, places like South Point, even where Robert Morris plays as a venue for teams to practice, you would be able to, I think, house 8 teams here and hold those games here.
I'll start with the hub city. I think Pittsburgh definitely makes sense, but I don't think Pittsburgh will get chosen considering our situation in this state. You can't have gatherings of more than 10 or so when you get to that yellow phase. And then who knows when the green phase will be. Maybe it's July. At that point, you can't plan for having Pittsburgh as a place, which makes total sense to have Pittsburgh as a hub spot. I think we're seeing Columbus maybe as a more ideal location for Columbus or Pittsburgh. I think it's going to go to Columbus. We're here in Toronto. I would like to see a hub here, but Columbus isn't that far away. I just want to see hockey back. As for moving the draft up, I love the idea. I'm going against Pony on this. I think we need live television right now, something live. I think it's a great idea moving it up. Let's figure it out. How we can do the conditional draft picks. Maybe we have to move them to next year. I think they can figure out and make it work. So let's do that. Let's figure it out, make it work, move the draft up, and that gives us another opportunity to watch something live. And it might get more fans interested in the NHL. It
might, but also, unlike the NFL, most people are not familiar with any of the NHL young kids who are out there. They have no idea who they are. And they're longer shots. They're going to take 4 or 5 years, some of them, to get back into the league after you get through the first couple of picks. So I think that would be tough to sell. And also, I don't know how they're going to establish a lottery when you still have things questioned. Teams will get mad at that and say, well, we lost a lottery because of coronavirus, and we should have been a #1 pick as opposed to taking a 6th overall pick. So I think there are too many questions, but I like the idea, Rich. I think live television is as good as we can do it. Who knows how it's going to go. All right, when we come back, we're going to talk about baseball because they came up with another proposal, and this proposal is interesting, I think maybe more so than the last proposal, and they want to do it rather quickly. We'll talk about that and more as we continue right here with the #1 Cochran Sports Showdown every Sunday night, KDKA-TV.